Hi, and welcome back to the Wicked Thrifter resale channel. We're back at it, thrifting some of our favorite locations, and this is one of the first pickups that we got for today. It was $6.99. It's actually Red Wing pottery. I'll pick up these generally whenever I find them. You need to look them up to see what they're going to sell for. It's still sitting on my shelf. I probably paid a little bit too much for it, but I still like Red Wing pottery. I'll probably always pick it up when I find it. It's a carved wood duck, and this is the figurine section. As you can tell, there's not a ton. Somebody did donate a bunch of animal figurines, though, it looks like. Some dolls. This section's been kind of shrinking at this location. These caught my eye. I thought they might have been wood, but they weren't. Here's another pickup I found. This is a Yadro figurine. It actually has NAO on the bottom. This is a Jesus figurine, and this is something that I was pretty happy with when I looked up the comps. There, I'm trying to make sure it doesn't move in the cart. You can see I paid $8.99 for it, and it looks like I'll get a decent return on my money for that piece. It's a studio pottery piece. I believe it's a pillar candle holder. It was signed. There were not two of them at this location, so I ended up leaving it behind. Trying to be a little bit more selective on the pottery that I do pick up, just to make sure that it's not something that I'll have to hold on to for a long time. I grabbed this. We have some kids in our household that love rocks and geodes. I like them myself. I thought this was pretty neat, and if worst case, we would keep it if it doesn't sell. This other item here that I picked up, probably something I could have left on the shelf. It was $3.99, but they were glass stir sticks. I thought maybe it would sell for a little bit more, but they were flooded on eBay, and I ended up selling it right away, but not for much money at all. Probably making $1 or $2 for profit. I scoop up these studio pottery bowl pieces, like a chip and dip set, or you can use it for vegetables or fruit or whatever. I ended up paying about $12 for the set. It's not going to sell for a whole ton of money, but some of the spongeware can do decent. I grabbed this lamp as well. It was a little spendy at $19.99. I do fairly well with lamps, especially the older, more vintage ones. And this is a satin glass lamp. It has like an applied texture there of some detailing. I should get a decent return for that money. I also scooped up this BBP pottery pizza pan. I like the spongeware pattern on it. It's something that I haven't come across before with this maker, so I thought I would give it a shot. Hi, and good morning. Welcome back to the Wicked Thrifter resale channel. Just doing a quick scan of the items that are heading out this morning. Not a very huge amount of, not a lot of sales this morning, but these are the items heading out. We got a brass tone. It's not solid brass scale. A lot of owl figurines, a few glass pieces. This is a fairy light, but it's missing that middle piece, so it sold for less than what it should have sold, but because that middle piece is pretty hard to come by, it's probably why. That Hager Panther, Crouching Panther, is that what that is? This Raku pottery fish, some Fiesta, some wood, some Fenton, art glass, wood carved piece, and that. So that is all that is heading out. Actually, one other thing. Cuckoo clock. That's heading out too. All right, let's get this shipped and out. I got to pick up an auction, and then I'm going to do some thrifting today. This is our first stop of the day. This was a complete set of these trays, I believe. It was a set of 3. Some of them can do decent, but they wanted $10.99 for it, and I wasn't going to try to see if that was worth it. That planter was awfully cute with the dog in the bag. This is a little bit of fused glass, but it had an M on it, and I didn't see any signatures or maker marks on it, so I ended up leaving that behind. They only wanted a few dollars for it, but here's another wood duck figurine. Not a ton that I was super interested in. I'm trying to be mindful and go slow. Sometimes I get a little anxious and want to get going. These used to do decent. They're by Gans. Unfortunately, they do not. And the majority of the time when you come across them, they are damaged. It's a pottery tile. I was just checking to see if that had any information on it, and it did not. It's a little trinket jar or canister or urn. Wanted to see if this had any maker's marks. Been coming across quite a few pieces of Waterford or other things, so I've been more apt to check the bottom of clear glass pieces than I used to. I liked the pattern on that a little bit, but it was definitely modern. Some more glass and other things. Not a lot that I was interested in. Please let me know in the comments below if you think I am missing things. I will definitely look into the things that you suggest. Doesn't mean that we always will get the same things. You know, in some areas I do better on other things than other people and vice versa. These were a nice set of glass bowls, but they didn't have any maker information on it. And without a signature, I was trying to be a little bit more selective on some things. Here was like a ginger jar. Scanning over there, more prominent pottery section. I'm scaling back on the size of some of the things that I pick up too, just to keep, spaces to a minimum. So also to prevent any additional damage. We're coming up on the busy season, and they tend to be a little bit more rough with packages at the post office when they are rushed or, in a hectic time of year. This was a black transfer teapot. I was actually intrigued because I don't usually come across the black and white. I usually come across maybe blue and white, sometimes the pinky red color. But I ended up leaving that behind. I had a chip on the spout. I picked up these candlesticks and I probably should have left them behind. Some can go for a decent amount of money. When I'm in a rush, sometimes I won't take the time to look up actual sold comps, and I'll get caught off guard. I'll see high prices on the Google search, which is they're going to show you the highest amount you can get for something and not necessarily what you can actually get for something. So please, if you are even looking stuff up, please take the time to look up what they sold for. There's some talking, out there that you don't need to worry about sell-through rate, and to each his own. That's up to you how you want to run your business. If you got all the time and space in the world, have at it. You can buy whatever you want. This is a desk clock. They wanted $6.99. Initially put it in the cart, and it does not make it home with me because it sells for about probably $20. And they wanted $7 for this clear glass vase. Clear glass is hard for me to sell unless I know who makes it. I was going to get this, but there was some damage on the inside. They wanted $4.99 for it. Up next, you're going to see a little bit of a haul video from the auction that I picked up earlier in the day. The rest of the video that I'm going to show you is going to be kind of a montage. I don't know if that's the right word I'm using, probably not, but it's going to be snippets of this auction here. I'm showing you images of pieces that I picked up from the auction earlier in the day, and then I'm also going to show you the next day somewhat solds and a little bit of shopping video or thrifting video as well. But this was what I won on an online auction, a bunch of hand carved figurines. Some of them are from Italy, Switzerland, Canada, some from Mexico. They do well for me. I generally have a good record of selling these hand carved figurines, so I generally pick them up for the most part anytime I find them. Some of the more common ones, like the sailors, I tend to stay away from a little bit unless they're signed or I know the maker on it, because they've been kind of remanufactured, some made in China, which I didn't know for quite a while that they were actually doing some of these as well. But you can see distinctive style on a bunch of these, so you know that they are originals, and a lot of these are signed. So I actually am excited to get the listings on these done, but I will piecemeal it out. I won't do it in one big chunk. I'll slowly roll them out. So just check back my store if there's anything that you're interested in here. They should be coming up, up available for sale shortly. I do a few of them a week, if not more, and then they should be ready to go. Next up in the video, we'll do a little bit of a what sold for the next day and then some more thrifting. I really didn't have many sales yesterday, but they were quite a few of them were like high dollar to me. I don't know about other people. I have a few. I have a paperweight going out. I know it's here. I just saw it. There it is. An Eckelt paperweight. I'll show that to you better. I also have some pottery going out. Like I said, there's a wood child's rocking chair. I'm not going to ship that today. Bentwood stool. Those 2 items might have to wait. All right, so I'm going to pull a couple items and I'll share them with you. A little sneak peek of some pottery that sold. This vase here. Some garland from Pottery Barn. Don't discount some of those items. I also sold this metronome that I'm going to grab. And I also sold a hand-painted porcelain piece, so I'll show you that. This guy. Someone hand-painted this. So here are the 5 items that I got to pack up today. There's a couple more pieces, and I can show you pictures of those items that are heading out, but this is some Pottery Barn chandelier glass garland. 2 sets sold for $125 plus shipping. This art pottery vase. There's the mark on the bottom. Cox Pottery. Sold for $50 plus shipping. I probably undersold this a bit, but it's been sitting for a little while, and I really want to make sure my sales are up for this year. And this sold for $70 plus shipping. This metronome sold for $44.97 plus shipping. And this painting sold for $39 plus shipping. And I don't think this is something hugely special. It looks like it's one of those blanks that you can buy. And someone painted this fox winter scene on there. It's really pretty. So those are going out. Let me pull up some pictures of the items that I haven't shipped that I will ship this weekend. I don't know if this is coming through on the video. It looks kind of grainy on my screen. But this bent wood stool or side table sold for $54.97 plus shipping. Shipping's a little outrageous on these things if it's over 12 by 12 by 12. I think this has to go in like a 16 by 16 by 16, maybe even 20 by 20 by 20, because I think it's 16 by 16. But we'll see what we can work out for that. Pricing on the shipping is kind of high, and I usually refund a little bit of the difference if it's extremely out of this world in charges. Sometimes eBay does that. Sometimes they undercharge, but for some reason on some of these oversized things, it's a crazy amount they want for shipping. And I'm pretty sure if you went to the retail counter, it would cost a lot to ship that. But look at this one. This is the next one that I'm shipping out. This is a child's rocker. It is heavy duty. It is in great condition. This wonderful piece sold for $122 plus shipping. So shipping on this is crazy high. I think altogether they paid $288. Again, same scenario. Depending on how much it costs me to ship this bad boy, I am going to refund a part of the shipping just because that is crazy. Hopefully there's some room to refund. I just can't see how they calculate things. I don't know. And like I said, again, maybe at the counter in the post office, this is what it would cost. But, and sometimes depending on what they picked, if they picked U.S. Postal Service for delivery, you might be able to pick a different service. But we'll see what we find out. And it was a great day of sales, over $600, just a few sales. That paperweight actually was from a sale today, so I'm getting it out before the weekend just to, it's a nice piece and people paid a lot of money. So, but that's it. I'm tired. I need my coffee. I apologize. It's all breathy, but I tend to hold my breath when I talk. I'm going to get this stuff wrapped up, get ready, hit the road, and then see what we can find. All right. Well, I haven't filmed at a few of these stores that I've gone to today, but this was a really fun shopping trip. Not a full cart, but some vintage glass canisters, Peggy car, some handmade pottery. These look like Santa Claus or wizard figurines, and they are signed. So I'm excited to research those and figure out a little bit more about those. I grabbed this little grab bag of figurines because there's some salt glaze pieces in there, or one piece at least. And then I also grabbed these metal birds. Very vintage. Who doesn't love birds? Alright, that wasn't bad. Alright, off to the next place. This is our second stop. The first one, well, actually you probably went to a few, but the first place I actually got stuff was Savers that I just showed you, and then now I'm at Goodwill. I've picked up these like wood purse baskets. They don't sell very fast for me. I'm actually sitting on a couple myself, so I didn't pick that up. This was a nice pottery piece, but tureens again, they don't sell well for me. I am attracted to them, but they don't. Now these are some English porcelain. I think it's Wade. I generally always pick up these when I find them. I can usually find them for way less than $2.99 a piece. This was a bad buy. I thought for sure it would sell for a lot more, and I actually have it on sale in my store right now. Irish coffee mugs usually do really well for me. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for us on this shopping trip. I know it's kind of a hodgepodge video, or just kind of threw a bunch of stuff together. So if you've made it this long, I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time, as always, to watch these videos. If you have any questions, again, just drop them down below. Otherwise, if you can, please like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks again. Bye.